Tensions in the Middle East are heating up. The Israeli military says more than 25 mortar shells fired into southern Israel from Gaza this morning. There are no reports of injuries, with a majority of the shells intercepted by Israel's Iron Dome defense system. Joining me right now is Fox News senior strategic analyst, retired General Keane. General, it's always a pleasure to see you. Thanks so much for joining us.
Yeah.
What's behind this, sir? I mean, are these shells part of a growing collision course between Iran and Israel? This seems to be heating up just in the last couple of months.
Well, the situation with Hamas is almost a completely intractable situation. This is a terrorist organization that's also a political entity that runs the Gaza Strip. And remember, Prime Minister Ariel Sharon, in attempting to incentivize the Gazans, pulled Israeli troops out of there back in 2005. Then they began terrorist attacks inside the state of Israel. As a result of it, the Israelis put up a wall and a border to stop that. Then they began firing mortars and rockets and missiles over that wall All the mortars and all the rockets and all the missiles come from Iran. And they're going to continue to do this because Hamas refuses to recognize Israel as a state. In fact, Maria, their avowed objective is to destroy Israel as a state. So this is about as intractable a situation as you can find.
And even after President Obama did that Iran deal, they were chanting death to America, death to Israel.
Oh, there's no doubt about it. The Iranians, Hamas, the Hezbollah in Lebanon, the Houthis in Yemen, they are all on the same page. Their strategic opponent is the United States of America, and they clearly want us out of the region, and clearly they want to run Israel off the map. And people in the United States hear those words about destroy the state of Israel, and they have a tendency not to take that seriously. But believe me, the Iranians and their proxies, the Hezbollah and Hamas, they are dead serious about it.
Oh, yeah. No, we need to take this seriously. Let me ask you about immigration, because the president is basically pushing back at Democrats as the administration is enforcing a zero-tolerance policy when it comes to illegal immigrants crossing the border. The president tweeted this out this morning. Democrats mistakenly tweet 2014 pictures from Obama's term showing children from the border in steel cages. They thought it was recent pictures in order to make us look bad, but it backfired. Dems must agree to the wall and new border protection for the good of the country. Bipartisan bill. So this is the photo that the president is referring to, General. It shows detainees locked up. Liberal activists tweeted this out over the weekend. In fact, John Favreau, an Obama staffer, who's been trolling a lot of people, including myself online, trying to slam President Trump with this. But in fact, this photo was taken during the Obama administration. And so then he got out of the tweet. He deleted the tweet. Your reaction?
Well, first of all, I mean, the photo certainly looks like a horrific situation, but we don't have the real context for any of that. Look, we have people coming across the border by the thousands seeking political asylum, and we know the overwhelming majority of them do not qualify for political asylum, but yet we have to do something with them, so we have to contain them and hold them. That photo there is as challenging as it looks, may be nothing more than a desire to protect those two young women from the illegals that are in the midst. There's thugs, killers, rapists that are coming across that border seeking asylum, and we don't know who they are. We have got to get a hold of the laws in this country. The president is right about this. The Congress has got to get their head in this game here because they're far too loose when it comes to political asylum, and we're putting people like those two young girls there in jeopardy as we're waiting to process them into the United States as asylees or turn them back to their home country.
Right. But, you know, but it's his ideologies that are blinding him, that he's just tweeting it out thinking that this is under the Trump administration, and it isn't.